Hello, this is Cable Lucid Concrete Services, and we're going to build a bench. It's my first time building one. Here's the layout. 4-inch thick bench with a tapered top. I just put the measurements and snapped it out with a chalk line, and I'm going to trim some edges off. Alright, so now I've got 2 inches marked where I'm going to secure this back here to this concrete slab. Take a hammer drill, drill a hole, and then you take a nail and piece of this tie wire and you put them in together, and it secures it real tight to the concrete. Alright, so just so happened that this piece that I cut off happens to be the same length from here to here, so I can use that as the front of the backing. Don't want to be wasting no $80 pieces of plywood, am I right? Alright, put the first piece in, putting it right here. Just gonna go the width of the plywood down so that the bottom of the bench can sit on top to make sure it's got some good support. Alright, the bottom of the seat, 64 inches. Do this board here for some support. Alright, to add some support in the middle, I'm going to take this piece, put it under here. Like that. Alright, let's drill the holes for the rebar. Alright, I've cut these rebar, fit in the hole, and they're about 15 inches above the surface, and the bench will be 16, so we got about an inch from the top. Alright, now I'm going to put the rebar crossways, like this. Loop it around. All nice and tight. So now we're going to do the outside, the side of the bench for here. And it's got to be 4 inches taller than this, because it's a 4-inch thick bench. So we're going up to here. And I'm kind of left for a weird shape for the piece of wood I got left. but make the best of it. I'm gonna put this for the front face form. All right, time to secure the face on. All right, 4 inches. Take the string line so I can get my screw marks in. Side in here. Throw the backing on. I think I'm gonna make it float. Tapers from 6 inches down to 4 inches on the top, which matches the thickness of the legs. It's gonna go on just like this. All right, now for the other side of the backing. 6 inches, 4 inches. Got the line for the screws. All right, the front of the backing cut. Time to put it in place. All right, I'm bracing the front piece by putting this 2x4 across, and then this one to the front. I'm gonna secure this here, keep that from pushing out. All right, got these braces in the back. Make sure that thing doesn't move. And wedged against the concrete. That was handy. All right, let's do the rebar for the bench. All right, let's cut the cross pieces now. All right, time to tie this shit together. All right, we got the bench grid all tied up. All right, so obviously it'd be easier to put the rebar for the backing without this base on. I didn't have the rebar at the time, and I wanted to get it formed. So I'm gonna make it outside and then put it in. Just measure it up, tie it together, slide it in. Should work. So I forgot about the top braces. I need to take those off to fit the rebar in. So we're a little wobbly. I'm going to secure it with some tie wire. And put a nail like this. Twist this shit together tight. Secure the rebar to this thing here to hold it in place while I place the concrete. All right, time to blow the dust out. All right, the bench is ready for concrete. Time to load the concrete in. All right, let's fucking pour this thing.
Safety first. Vibration. Doing about 3 bags at a time. I'm gonna block the back so when I pour it down, hopefully it'll stop it a bit. Get that vertical part. Put some water in the mixer while you're doing stuff. Got this vibrator from Amazon for like $2.50, but the button is stuck on. So now I have to unplug it for it to fucking stop. Get jiggy with it. All right, we got the bench seat done. I've got it blocked right underneath there to try and stop the concrete from coming out from here. I might give it a few minutes just to set up a little bit so that the concrete doesn't come flowing out the bottom.
Scrape that form off. Scrape this here. Before. Bench edge. About time to fill the inside. I hope to God I got enough bags.
All right, now I'm gonna pour the back in and add some water first and then the concrete bags. I gotta dump it into a bucket so I can dump the bucket into the back of the bench. Let's go. I'm gonna mix it a little drier just so it holds itself, its own weight up, you know what I'm saying? That's all right. I'll turn the mixer off this time and see it's a little less messy. Fill that hole. almost there. Now when I vibrate, it's gonna drop. So we gotta make sure it's nice and full. Oh. Fill that hole. Fill that fucking hole. Alright, she's filled. Time to vibrate. Home on the tree.
So I fortunately calculated it pretty well, and what the fuck? I have exactly this much left. Like, not even half a bucket. So 20 bags. Right on. Alright, so I'm gonna feel with the trowel or the bottom this form is. Stuff that came out from the form to the back. Bottom of the form there. Do that all the way along. Alright. Got the beveled all cleaned up underneath. Now I'm gonna mag up this and clean it up, and then do the top. Let's get the top flattened out. All right, flattened out. I'm gonna wait a bit before I edge it because it's pretty wet, fortunately. But once it's hard enough to hold its shape, I can take these braces off so I can get the edger underneath. All right, so I'll take these braces off. Push these down. It's been a few hours. I just cleaned everything up. As you can see, I got everything edged. Still soft enough, but hard enough. I think I'm going to take these faces off and smooth them out. Face came off. Gotta clean that up. Alright, I'm winning. Let me take the bag off. Okay, come on, concrete gods, let this be nice. Okay, come on, nice and easy. Alright, now I can scrape the stuff that stuck to the form off and put it back in the concrete. This is what we're dealing with. Do some magic. Alright, we're getting there. Okay, let's check out this side. Come on, baby. Oh. Too bad. Clean from the top. Put it here on the side. So take this sponge in the corner. Cream. Put that on there. Forms came off all right. Here is the finished bench. First bench. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned a few things. Yeah, here it is.